So the streets think that you rekindled after MAFS. So what happened with that?
I can confirm we actually did. We
Okay.
did. So he went off. He filmed Married at First Sight. We obviously had no contact. And then I knew that he had come back from MAFS because obviously I work in TV. I know when these things are filming.
Yeah.
And then he has come back and I knew that they weren't together and stuff. And then we got back in contact. But I feel like for me at that time, although we rekindled after Married at First Sight, it hadn't aired. So it was very easy for me to act like it didn't happen.
Yes.
And obviously I hadn't seen him for months. So I felt like I was over that situation. So when we initially met up, it felt like a catch up between friends. I was like, why didn't it work out? It was mental looking back. But then I think we called things a day. We did rekindle, then we called things a day, and then MAFS started airing, and that's when it got real.
Yeah.
I feel like I was very naive to think that I'd be okay with him doing that show behind my back, but it was easy to push it to the back of my head because it wasn't in my face.
Yeah.
And I think this is where it gets confusing because, like
Very
you said, a lot of
confusing.
people also think when you say you got back together after MAFS, assume it's after the show's been out, but actually
it wasn't.
it's
Yeah.
before. So it's
Yeah.
before you're aware of anything that he's
Yeah.
been doing on that
Yeah.
show anyway.
And obviously we wasn't back in a relationship, we were just back in contact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very naive to think that we could form some sort of relationship again and be civil because the show hadn't aired. It was easy for me to ignore it. But then as soon as I started seeing the episodes and I started seeing the adverts, I was like, it reminded me of the disrespect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, nah.